Good morning, this is Drew Erickson talking about money, not math. And today I read an article called The Expenses People Often Forget When They Plan for Retirement on the Wall Street Journal, written by, I apologize for the name, I'm probably going to mess this up, but Glenn Rufinach. And the first part he talks about is talking about how to budget for retirement and the unexpected expenses, like what the title mentions. And there's a kind of I guess he shares links with multiple other articles that talk about this, but specifically in his article, the few that he brings up specifically are replacement costs. So just like during our working years, whether we're young, old, or somewhere in between, and we have unexpected life events or unexpected expenses with our homes, the same thing is going to carry over into retirement, whether it's replacing a roof, fixing your car, buying a new vehicle, new paint, just things that we may not think about but do cost money. Relatives in need. He talks about how, whether it's an aging parent or a kid that's in need or whatever it may be, that can be a large unexpected cost that you hate to turn away a relative that you love, but it could negatively affect your own retirement nest egg. And the last one is required distributions. And this one is he talks about how when you turn 70 and a half, the money that you have in your 401k or other tax deferred accounts like IRAs is forced, or the government or the IRS actually forces you to take a certain amount of that money each year, whether you want to or not. So that can have some negative effects in the sense that maybe one, you don't want to pull that money because the market's down that year and it's not a good decision, or two, you're getting money elsewhere so you don't need it and you want to save it for later on in life. And three, it can push you into higher tax brackets, which can negatively affect not only your Medicare costs, because your Medicare costs are determined, some of them are determined off of your taxable income, but also it can negatively affect your Social Security taxes, which are all things to be aware of that unfortunately many people aren't aware that their Social Security income or Social Security taxes are affected by their taxable income until it's too late or they're a couple of years into retirement. So those are some things to be aware of and plan ahead for. And the second part of the article, he talks about something very interesting. I didn't know this before, but apparently if you get a divorce, your ex-spouse can draw Social Security benefits based off of your income. If you're the sole, I'm guessing this is based off of you're the one that made most of the money while you were married. So I didn't know that before, but they talk about the effects of how your Social Security can be affected based off of your divorced spouse or your current spouse, and I think that raises a good point about the conversations that we can be having earlier rather than later on when should we be pulling our Social Security benefits, 62, 65, 66, 70. What effects is that going to have on our taxes? What affects our other income avenues or revenues, whether that's 401ks, real estate, rental properties, land, businesses, things like that. How are those going to affect our Social Security? So it's really a good article talking about some really important topics that I think is helpful for us to be aware of earlier rather than later, because they are going to affect us one way or the other, so why not plan ahead for them? So those are a good article today. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments section, or if there's something specific you want me to talk about in the future, like always, please let me know. Thanks and have a great day. Bye.